In a perfect situation, the long-term and short-term interests will actually go together. They'll fit well together. Short-term goals are sobriety, getting someone healthy enough to participate both physically and mentally and emotionally in a strenuous program like this, and then ensuring that they have basic needs met, housing, health, job, things like that. And long-term, those are similar goals, but just building on those kinds of fixtures that have been put in place in short-term. And short-term also includes, keeping someone out of jail if they're risking jail. So they really do build on those long-term goals.
We are a big community here in Albuquerque, so we have established partnerships and providing, again, patient-centered care, but also culturally relevant care to the community. So what that means is basically meeting people where they're at. We've integrated within this program sort of a step process, which I like to call transformative care. So we engage the client, a person coming in like developing rapport, consultation, but also creating a care plan. And you're looking at sort of a holistic model or holistic view of a person. So based on their mental, emotional, physical, social, family, community, and then their spiritual, ceremonial needs. So based on that, we develop a care plan.
Treatment plans are based on what comes from the Addiction Severity Index, the assessment. At the end of it, there's various things that I might find. In the Healing and Wellness Court, some of the specific areas that are culturally specific, I would say, are the need to connect again with their tribes, their families, their language. And if the client is willing, we have a session to evaluate these types of needs. I've worked with some that are trying to get back on their tribal enrollment, and we apply and we go through that process, and they become eligible now to be a part of their tribe. Some clients are interested in their language, so we offer some type of referrals to their communities, or identified participants within the program are sharing with me that they would like to teach some of their languages among their population here. So I think this is a growing thing. These are things that are different and make it specialized.
We usually start off with a assessment or diagnosis. So we do have a contract provider who's a service provider with First Nations. So he does come here, and we're able to meet the clients and then engage in a assessment or a diagnostic ceremony. And then from there, we're able to build on a care plan. So the care plan then involves the whole integrative care, or the community, or the systems of care. So we do refer them to mental health, behavioral health services, psychiatry, medical, case management services. So that's the traditional wellness program, the traditional wellness and integrative care program.
Figuring out what triggered me, or what was I actually thinking, and what made me drink, was basically a good feeling for me to identify my potential triggers like today or tomorrow, and be ready for what to anticipate and how to deal with them. And what I really liked about it was learning how to meditate, finding that true meaning of the prayers that are being said, and that healing in itself, and being able to present it to my fellow students, my colleagues, and just give them a sense of that. They teach you a lot about integrity, everything about, there's different levels of integrity that they teach you. and you just read and be open-minded, and the willingness to do something like that and share it with another person, it's like, how can you go back to the way you were? And that's how I think about the treatments. It was really beneficial for me.
The length of time in treatment here at Evolution is really dependent on a lot of factors. I feel it depends on their assessment, the severity of their presenting problems, and in addition, multiple problems along with that, not just alcohol. So the length of time in a program that I've witnessed so far is a minimum of between 12 and 18 months. Those clients that are in the latter phase 4, if I notice that they need additional support or they're describing that they need that, I offer them what's called additional treatment following their program here. I continue to meet with them in what's called the alumni group. So they come back once a month without having to provide any form of breathalyzer like they were used to. So it's coming on a trust more so than anything. So this environment allows them to continue to share just like they did when they were in group. Find this comfortable place to just keep coming back to and allow themselves this opportunity. And I find that many of them utilize this from time to time. It's not something that is necessarily consistent for them, but it allows them just a place to know to come back to. In concert with that, I also hold monthly talking circles, which allows any participant of the program, whether it's Healing to Wellness or the Recovery Court, to come and participate in this talking circle, this gathering of intertribal members of this Southwest area, so that we come together for various reasons. Independently, we look at prayer, we look at connecting to our higher power. There's storytelling. There is opportunity to speak in your own language in prayer, or just connection to your higher power. So it's absolutely a place for someone to come and find a sense of peace and serenity. The smudging that goes along with this is very powerful. It gets emotional for some of them too. So I know that this is working for them, and this is also something that I've noticed as a missing part in their recovery. Mind, body, spirit. The spirit is one of the components of true recovery, and when I find that that's missing, this is when it's introduced. I invite to this talking circle and say, come and connect with us in a good way.